Oh, you have to come up with an alias. We have a guest today. This is our friend. Squirrel.
Really? Try again.
My wife called me Squirrel the other day, and I liked it.
Why?
Listen, that works. It's the first thing he thought.
Because
Let's
she
just
likes-
go with it.
Do you like squirrels?
So, not Cody here.
Or Mr. Saunders?
Mr. Saunders and Squirrel. Thank you for
Squirrel.
joining us tonight for Eastern Connecticut Bike Club.
Because we go by aliases because we're very conservative and we're afraid that YouTube is going to kill us.
Yeah.
Send their YouTube death squads.
Well, you know, YouTube and Google and all that, they listen to you all the time.
Yep. That's why we feed them videos.
Mhm.
So they
Listen to us even more.
We don't actually talk about pipes on Pipe Club. Talk about
Chris is
almost
the only-
everything else.
I mean, Mr. Saunders is the only one who knows anything.
Way to
about
go,
pipes
not
anyway.
Cody. No, my whole family's in danger. Good thing we're moving.
All right.
What is that? The letter?
It's a
Yeah,
letter.
it's a letter. Oh, pipe
It's a
letter.
pipe letter.
Oh, pipe
It's a
letter.
Zippo.
It's a legit
I
pipe
got
letter.
a dollar letter over
Yeah.
it, like the extra mark.
Yeah.
I got the old
Yeah,
deck
yeah.
here myself.
Oh yeah. No, this is cool. I really like this. It's like $10 on Amazon. This is the only thing I know about pipes. I bought this thing.
You're kind of
It's
shouting.
a pipe lighter, and so it's like a Zippo, except the hole is like on the side
Right.
because you need to inhale the flame down.
We call that a chimney lighter, don't we?
Oh.
I don't know. It's just called a pipe lighter, I think.
I gotta get me one of those.
Yeah, it's cool.
I had one, but
Can you give me the ashtray?
I ran out of fluid.
Thank you.
I'm gonna have to dump myself.
Sure. Yeah.
What? Why?
That's what I do. I do it
All
too.
right,
I
one
give it
day
the
we're
ash as I go through.
Just a little bit.
You know what? I'm sure that
One
someone
day
else
we're
has
gonna
thought
have a
about doing this
tutorial.
too.
One day we're gonna have a pipe tutorial and we'll teach you boys how to do this.
Don't get rid of the ashes.
It's just not
It's good for
necessary.
you. I like smoking ashes, that's right.
You don't smoke the ash.
It's good for the carbon cake around the.
Well, there's that, but it's just an extra step. I mean, it's supposed to be relaxing.
I know, but
Let's talk about our pipes. What do you got there?
no,
I gotta
we're-
change my
no,
camera
we're-
because it looks fat on this side.
What is your name? Squirrel?
Squirrel.
Squirrel. What
Listen.
kind of pipe do you have there?
no, we're talking about Avengers
This is
Endgame.
Pipe Club. All right, whatever.
This is a
So we
Snorf Black.
Yeah, and you're a Lutheran, Methodist, All Saints,
Mormon.
Mormon.
So what were we talking about? We're talking Avengers. We're talking about Star Wars coming
yeah,
up.
we're going to talk about a bunch of movies, but Mike, Squirrel, and I went and I'm really blowing it
You're
tonight.
terrible at this whole secret identity thing. Speaking of
Squirrel and I went and saw Avengers Endgame together about a week ago, last Friday.
and I
Last
finally
Thursday.
Last Thursday when it came out.
I finally caught Infinity War on Netflix like a week ago.
I am so glad. First of all, I'm so glad that I went and saw it the day of because I can't avoid the internet.
Spoilers
How am I supposed to?
all over the place.
Yeah, well, I think what happened this time around is people were anticipating it so much that people who had already seen the movie went and just started posting fake spoilers. With what?
You did
You
that?
did
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you told me.
The day after or 2 days after it came out, people kept putting all these things on YouTube about all these updates about how it's like the number one grossing movie in like forever. And like I started going in and be like, I watched it, so sad, rest in peace, Ant-Man.
and stuff like that.
Or rest in peace, Thor.
Thor
People
died?
get so mad. It's so funny. Was that
Neither of them die?
But no, but other
Neither
people were doing that too. I think so.
Wait,
the
do
internet
they-
was inundated with all these.
All right,
fake
let's
spoilers.
just get back to the real spoilers. Do they all come back to life? All the characters that die at the end of Infinity War?
are we doing
Okay.
a spoiler version?
Yes, we are.
All right,
This is-
spoilers.
Hey,
We
you're
warned
You're
you.
warned. You're warned. Okay,
Turn it off.
because
And
it's
you know,
that
we
important.
should probably. No, I mean like.
Well, at this
it's
point
the
in time-
title of the episode. People
Right.
shouldn't join the live chat, live stream if they don't want to.
If they haven't seen, if you're one of the 10 people in America that haven't seen anything,
You
Endgame.
have seen it. You should have seen it.
if you have, right, so if you're one of the 10 people that haven't seen
Okay.
Endgame
Well, here
and
let's
you
start.
care,
Let's start at the
don't
beginning.
watch this episode.
Okay, because this is exactly what I thought was going to happen. Okay.
Ow.
End of Infinity War. You know,
Everybody
Thanos snaps his
does
fingers. Everybody turns.
Voldemort
Half the
flicks.
universe turns to dust,
Only half.
and then he walks through a portal and disappears. Right.
But he goes to his planet and he sits there and he looks at the sunrise like he said he wanted to do.
That was
Which is a
his
little-
planet,
it's a
though.
little
So
bit-
what I thought was going to happen is
That's what
I
I
thought
the garden. Yeah.
I thought the Avengers they were going to get together and they were going to go and find Thanos, take the gauntlet, and just snap their fingers, make everybody come back.
What actually happened?
Okay, what actually happens is at the very beginning, they have that same idea. I think they want to find Thanos.
Wait, so
We're gonna skip around a little bit.
Who's left at the beginning? So Iron Man is left.
Stark is floating around in that spaceship.
Right.
The
The blue meanie.
the blue lady.
The blue meanie.
Right.
He calls her.
Right, and then who
Captain
else on
Marvel
Earth
comes.
is left?
Captain Marvel comes and saves
back.
him.
Right.
Saves Tony Stark, brings the ship back.
I think
He's
Steve
reunited
Rogers is still Black Widow survived, right?
No. Black Panther did not. Oh,
Black
Black Widow.
Widow.
Yes,
She
yes,
survived.
she survived.
Captain America survived.
Captain America.
So it's Captain America, Black Widow, Iron Man, what's her name, Mantis.
No, Mantis is dead.
I thought she was Blue Lady is the
Blue Lady.
is the android. Which I never-
Rocket is alive.
Who's Rocket? Oh,
He's
Rocket the squirrel. Raccoon.
He's a squirrel.
The rabbit.
Oh, squirrel.
He looks like a
Thor
raccoon.
calls him Rabbit. Thor's alive.
Yes, Thor. Yeah.
Thor's alive because Thor.
Okay. So we think that they find Thanos.
So it's like
Except-
seven people or something.
They figured out that they go and they confront Thanos, all the Avengers.
Mhm.
Remember, they're all the remaining Avengers, and
Seven, right?
they're like, "Where are the Infinity Stones?" And he's like, "I used the Infinity Stones to destroy the Infinity Stones." Boom!
Oh, I didn't see that coming.
all the Infinity Stones are gone.
So that's it.
Well, that's what we think.
That's what we think is it.
So then it's like, then it skips and it's forward in the future, 5 years.
What?
I mean, like,
Yeah, like that.
Why?
not that big a deal because they have to get to a point. Well, they get to a point where people are trying to figure out what to do next. Captain America is
Half
like,
the universe.
he
is gone.
joins like a small group and tries to like work with people who are trying to deal with their feelings and like get over the loss of half the world.
What?
And
Pretty intense.
Black Widow basically takes over the Avengers. She's like the leader now, and she's like coordinating the universe, and she's like in charge of Captain Marvel and telling them. What
Are
to
there
do,
are
whatever.
there still bad guys though?
Not really.
So
Yeah,
like
well,
half
yeah,
the
well,
everywhere.
yes, they're fighting bad guys. That's what
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
But,
Thanos' plan kind of didn't work.
okay. Well, when they confronted Thanos. Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't mention this, but Thor takes his axe and chops his head off.
So Thanos is dead,
Yep.
Yeah, it was awesome.
as far as we know.
Mhm.
Okay,
So
that's cool. Which he should have. Why didn't he just do that? Anyway, whatever.
Well, because I don't know.
'Cause-
Did he have like a
'cause then
certain
we
amount
wouldn't
of
have a-
strength and power? That was. at
Well,
that point in
Thanos
time.
actually even said to him to do it.
what?
Should have went for my head.
Yeah, and that's what Thor
Yeah.
says. They're like, "What did you do?" So he tells him that he destroyed the Infinity Stones, and then Thor's like, "Hua!" and he chops his head off.
Awesome.
And they're like, "What did you do?" And he's like, "I went for the head." It was awesome. I knew it too. Half the movie, I was saying under my breath because it was just so awesome, honestly. But it was, it's anyway. So 5 years in the future, and if you, the thing is, you got to watch all of these movies. So one, Captain Marvel helps you understand how
Right. We haven't
Tony
seen
Stark
that
gets rescued. But Ant-Man and the Wasp,
Didn't do that.
that helps you understand the next
Really?
part, which is, did you see Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Watch half of it.
It
Okay.
looks lame.
I didn't get through it.
It helps you understand.
Really?
It's really essential
Well, it's
to
on Netflix.
understand the
Maybe we'll watch
whole
it.
resolution in Endgame.
I guess
Anyway,
we have to watch Ant-Man
Ant-Man-
and the Wasp. Hun.
At the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp, it gets stuck in the quantum realm
Who does?
because
Ant-Man does?
yeah. So in the movie, he's in the quantum realm, and then Thanos snaps his fingers, and so the people who were supposed to bring him out died. Dust. So then he's stuck in the quantum realm forever, or actually like 5 hours or something like that.
What's a quantum realm? Is that
It's-
brought up
I
in
don't know.
Ant-Man?
It's physics and stuff, man.
Is that brought up in Ant-Man?
Yes.
Ant-Man movie?
Yeah, it's how he goes and rescues the guy's
From the
wife.
quantum realm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know.
All right, I guess we'll have to watch that. Okay.
Anyway, Ant-Man goes and finds the remaining Avengers and says, "Hey, I think I might have a solution to the problem. We could go back in time."
At this point, I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay, go.
'Cause-
We'll pause. Actually, we can keep going. You don't really care.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about you while you're in the bathroom.
Good.
Absolutely.
When's
Yeah,
my
your
bourbon
small
gonna
bladder.
happen?
A bourbon.
You know what? Did you finish your beer?
Yeah.
Are they all
I'm not
empty?
gonna have any more.
Okay, I will bring
These
that
weren't
one.
all
Did a
nine.
Jedi thing.
Actually,
You
yeah.
will not
if
have
you go
Next,
in-
we talk about Star Wars and how George Lucas screwed my life up.
after you're done with the bathroom, grab
Where
all
is
of the
it?
bourbon. It's in the
Okay,
fridge.
good.
But ask my wife for the little sporty thingy. Never mind. Just
Yes.
bring it. It's
Come
fine.
on, let's keep it simple.
Cool. He's gone. Let's make fun of him.
We can keep talking about it, but do you want to talk about anything up to the story so far? Because it's kind of interesting telling him the story. Anything so far? Did I hit everything?
You know, I just really like how, I mean, throughout the past, like, I don't know, when did these movies start? What year?
I'm trying to remember when Iron Man came out.
Yeah,
It was
it's
2008.
2008.
That
I think
sounds
it was
right.
2008.
So 11 years.
Yeah, and Iron Man 10.
I can't believe it's only been that long. There's so many
10.
movies.
Yeah. There's what, 22 now? 21, 22?
It would take you 40 hours or something crazy like that to watch them all the way through.
Yeah, it'll
Nuts.
take you 3 hours to get through the new one. 180 minutes.
The longest one so far.
Yeah, but you know what? I
It
sat
went by
with you.
so fast.
I didn't leave my seat the entire time.
Did I?
No.
No, neither of
No,
us
we were
did.
like,
And we had soda and stuff. Like
we had soda, we had chips.
it
No,
was just so
we had
good.
popcorn.
It was so
I
good.
bought a crap load of candy.
Yeah.
It was really good.
It was a really fun night. Thanks for coming, by the way.
My pleasure. I was like, yeah, you know what? I haven't gone to a movie to see a movie like by myself or with another dude in a long
Yeah.
time. I'm
Yeah.
usually with, kids that have to go to the bathroom and then
Yeah.
halfway in the movie, or I have to go get some more popcorn. Last time I went to go see what movie was it? I don't know. It was one of the kids' movies that just came out.
Yeah.
Anyways, we went to go see that. No, Dragons.
Dragons 3.
Dragons
Yeah.
3.
I saw it with Cyrus.
It was very good. However, we went with my 3 kids, and my sister-in-law came with her 4 kids, and my buddy came with his 4 kids, and my sister-in-law, and so we had all these people, and I had my bucket of popcorn, and I guess the idea was, why buy popcorn when Mike has a refillable bucket? Squirrel has a refillable bucket. And so I was.
You were on popcorn duty the whole night.
I was on popcorn.
Oh,
I did
jeez,
five. I did 5
Give it to me.
5 trips. 5 trips to go get popcorn.
Oh
And
my
every
God.
time I went, it was free.
Because nobody else
after that.
bought it.
Well,
Nobody else bought it.
no, because they saw that I had a popcorn
Yeah.
thing, and they're like, well, the squirrel has a popcorn, thing. So
What's the popcorn thing?
it's a popcorn bucket. If you go to AMC, you can buy a bucket for like $20, $25. I don't know, like $100.
Oh, and you can keep it.
And you can keep it. And every time you
Yeah,
go,
yeah,
you
yeah.
pay $4 or $5.
Right.
Then you can refill it for the entire
For
night.
free for the whole night. Yeah, that's
We
Whatever you
filled it 4 or 5 times that night.
Oh, that's gross. All right, let me try this out. Try out the new hooch.
whatever.
That's good.
Wow. Yeah.
What we
Wait,
got
have
there?
another?
I'm not gonna have any more.
I don't
gotta
believe
try.
it.
I'm gonna do it just to spite
don't
you.
have video.
Just to spite you. I'm
Yeah.
gonna not have any more.
Sure. Pretty well. Let's see.
Woo.
So Ant-Man
That's
shows
fun.
up. Hey,
Yeah.
I think I can figure this out. We can go back in time. Only there's one problem.
What?
We can
Time travel
we
is
can go-
logically impossible.
Yeah, time travel is hard.
It's
And-
actually logically impossible. Go ahead.
So the Avengers
I mean,
get together.
traveling in the past is logically
The Avengers get
Yeah,
together.
time machine.
The Avengers get together and go to Tony Stark, who
in the past.
No,
currently
present.
5 years in the future.
Okay,
Thanos
gotcha,
is
sorry.
dead. Half the universe is gone. So they visit Tony Stark, who, surprise, has a little girl.
Why not just leave well enough alone?
Listen,
Morgan? Like
is
Morgan
that
Le Fay?
important?
It is important because if you go back, I think, to the second Iron Man movie, we was talking to Pepper Potts.
So,
I was talking to her about, like, if you and I ever have kids, we'll name it after your uncle, like Morgan, or something like that.
okay.
Yeah, it's kind of cool if you go
Oh,
back
I
and,
missed
like,
that. Okay.
yeah, I watched one of the Easter egg
Only
films,
watched
videos.
Okay.
only watched the first Iron Man.
So anyway,
Part of the
super
second.
cute. He's like,
with Pepper, we assume.
Yes.
And they're
no, not assume. It's true. Yeah.
and they're
she's the
they're
mom.
married and stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
Living in a log cabin in the woods, whatever.
Sure. Why
Just
not?
doing the daddy thing.
Loving it.
Yeah. And
No more
anyway,
Iron Man. No
so
more.
they come to him. They're like, Tony, we need your help. We need to
He's
figure
like,
out time travel.
No.
And he's like, no, guys, sorry, I'm not gonna roll the dice on. Sure, it was rough. It was bum luck, but
Basically,
I'm not gonna ruin.
Basically,
what I
we
have
lost. We lost. I mean,
well, just like it sucked, but he's not gonna risk what he has. He has Pepper. He has a daughter.
makes
What
sense.
more does he need?
Makes sense to me.
Simple life. So anyway, it keeps on obviously nagging at him. So he's toying around in his lab trying to figure it out, and of course he does. And so he tells Pepper,
Because he's genius.
he tells Pepper Potts, I figured that thing out. And he's like, I could just throw it in a box, bury it in the river, in the lake, and we can move on with our lives. And she's like, Tony, when have you ever been able to do that? Something like that. And so he drives to the Avengers headquarters and says, and then he reconciles with Captain America finally, which is awesome.
Do they hug?
They hug. He gives him his shield back. All nine, right? It's awesome.
Yeah.
It really is. And anyway, he tells them, I figured it out. And they sign up to go back in time. And so the plan is to go back in time to get the Infinity Stones.
Right.
Okay? So
As a segue, when we're done, can we talk about the logical impossibility of traveling back in time?
I don't know. The way that they dealt with it in the movie is they could go back in time, but when they went to the future again, it was the same future that they had left. So
Okay,
nothing changes.
Okay, go ahead.
They just affect the timelines of the pasts that they visit if they change things.
Sure.
So branched realities or whatever. Anyway, so
Yeah.
they split up into 3 teams. They go back and get the Infinity Stones.
Mhm.
I mean, and then to skip a bunch of stuff because there's a bunch of things that happen.
Fighting.
They basically
explosions.
get the Infinity. I mean, we're skipping like most of the movie, but they get all of the Infinity Stones. They return to the future. Only in one of the pasts that they visited, they kind of alerted one of those Thanoses to the fact that they were
Oops.
stealing the Infinity Stones, and they were basically cluing him into what happened in their present reality. Come to find out, he finds a way to come and visit them.
Oops.
And so he brings Thanos from one of the pasts, brings his whole army into the future, and fights the Avengers again. So they put the Infinity Stones on this gauntlet that Tony made. They put it on the Hulk because he has some resistance to gamma radiation, and he snaps his fingers, brings the universe back.
The Hulk does.
Yep. And then Thanos shows up, and then there's this big showdown. And so the thought is like, dang it, he's gonna steal the gauntlet again and kill everybody again. Actually, he changes his mind. His decision is not to what does he call it? Calling, or what does he call it? He calls it,
I forget.
I wasn't there.
whatever. He cuts the universe in half. He realizes that no future where he does that, the people who are still alive will never be satisfied with that kind of reality, and they will always be able to find a way to screw up his plan.
Right.
So he decides that instead, what he's going to do when he tells the plan to the Avengers, he says, when I get the Infinities, when I get the Gauntlet this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill everybody, and I'm going to create a universe sort of like in my own image, sort of, basically.
Okay.
Pretty crazy.
That
Yeah.
works.
So it's like, what? Anyway, so
That's
there's
even
this
worse than the
huge
first
battle,
plan.
huge battle, blah blah blah, and then but everybody's back, so it's awesome. So there's some
Huge battle.
yeah,
So
Basically,
all
like-
the people that turned to dust did.
are back.
40
Okay.
minutes
Like
of my life, which
Spider-Man,
is amazing.
which
And
is
that-
awesome because
We all love Spider-Man.
yeah, and
You like Doctor
there's a
Strange?
reunion between Stark and Spider-Man, which probably was my favorite moment in Infinity War when Peter Parker was like, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
That's so gay.
You-
Sorry, I
Say
can't
what
say.
you want.
I
It was
can't
touching.
use gay and
It really was touching, and I think that moment in that I liked how
Yeah.
during the battle it's so intense,
Yeah.
so like
So
a lot
intense,
going on. One of my favorite moments, Captain America gets hold of the what is it called? What's the name of it again? What's Thor's hammer?
Thor's hammer.
Mjolnir.
Gets a hold of it
Sure.
and just starts going to town.
And he can wield it.
Captain
He was
America?
wielding
Yeah.
it, and
Yeah.
then he was doing
It's
a lot.
awesome.
It was pretty cool. And then
Yeah.
It was
like,
really cool.
Because he was found to be worthy.
Yes, exactly.
but that
Oh
scene,
yeah. By the way, so
Yeah.
sorry, but to
You're good.
explain, because it was destroyed in one of the Thor movies.
Yeah.
Thor visits the past and takes his hammer back to the
From
future.
Hela. Yeah. Yeah, we had to watch Thor Ragnarok in order to understand Infinity War.
Yeah, and Ragnarok was good. I thought of all the Thor movies, I thought it was the best.
Yeah.
So did Thor, by the way, the actor who plays Thor, Chris
Hemingway, yes, that's his name.
Anyway,
No,
But,
Helmsworth.
back to
Helmsworth.
back to the battle though. I
That was
liked how
awesome.
they incorporated.
Yeah.
Like there would be some moments where it's just two actors like
yes,
just
yeah,
connecting
Yep.
about something, and it was just really cool. All this stuff is going on around them, and something special happens. I mean, this whole sequence at the end, I don't know, it was like a half an hour or something crazy like that. It was awesome. It was very special to the fans because like all this time, all these movies, everything just kind of came together at this moment.
Yeah.
To fight for the universe, to fight for, total annihilation from this villain of just
See, I think
Thanos he's horrible.
I think the thing.
Wait, before you respond. So I talked about how my favorite moment was
Yeah.
when
in
Spider-Man dies in Infinity War. So I think maybe not my favorite moment, but one of my favorite moments in Endgame when Peter Parker is like, "Hey, Mr. Stark,
Looking at it.
I guess I fell unconscious or something, or I got knocked out or something because I don't know what happened." And then Tony Stark like pauses. He's in the middle of the battle and he just pauses and he like locks eyes with Peter Parker and he kind of. It was probably Peter who made him even consider helping the Avengers in the first place.
Yeah.
And now he's back.
Yeah.
And you can see that Tony Stark thinks no matter what happens now, it was worth it.
Tony's grown up.
Yeah.
He's grown up.
Very not as like
Good
selfish
for him.
and kind of into himself as he was in the other movies.
Like the first Iron Man.
Oh, the first and second Iron Man. Yikes.
See, I think the thing we were, my wife and I were watching Infinity War, and all these characters were turning into Voldemort flakes, and it was, we kind of got that it was supposed to be.
About a Kadabra.
Yeah. We thought we got that it was supposed to be, a lot of pathos going on.
Heart-wrenching.
But I guess in me, I don't know about, I can't speak for my wife, but I guess in me, I felt like I don't really care because we haven't really been committed to these.
You haven't, yeah.
You have to kind of watch all of them.
You do.
And just suspend disbelief that these are actually horrible, horrible movies that shouldn't have been made and are a waste of time and money. If you can suspend that disbelief and sort of make an irrational, emotional commitment to these characters that are really paper thin,
Oh my gosh.
not well developed characters
Finish the
at all.
point instead of making fun of it.
I mean,
Then,
$1
that is the
billion
point,
The
that,
gross income that they made from that first weekend tells differently, but go ahead.
Because how much money a movie makes tells you how good the movie is.
I mean, obviously, people wanted to see it.
Yeah,
It was
'cause
really good.
Because there are a
And
lot of
multiple
people,
want to see it more than once.
and we know
Continue.
we know
Arrive
how
at the point.
we know how intelligent people are these days.
Hammer!
Anyway, the point is that we didn't make that irrational emotional connection with any of the
Whatever.
characters. So when they all started disappearing, we didn't really care.
Screw you. So anyway, ready for the end of the movie?
Yeah, give it to me.
Thanos finally gets a hold of the gauntlet, and he's
Of course he
about
does.
to snap his fingers. And there's this last little tussle with Tony Stark, and Thanos goes clunk, and nothing happens. He looks at the gauntlet. All the Infinity Stones are gone because Tony grabbed them all.
Smart.
And his Iron Man suit was apparently fitted with little stone spots for all the Infinity Stones. And so here's the thing, like when the Hulk did the snap the fingers brought the universe back, you could tell like it was super like painful for him. So he was like, when the last stone was in, he's like, like he was gonna die, almost like he wasn't gonna be able to handle it. Anyway, Tony Stark is there, gauntlet, Infinity Stones, and he goes, I am
Oh my gosh.
Iron Man.
Are you serious?
And then
it's so lame.
Thanos dies. You know, he
Everything
flakes
dies.
away
The
all the
army,
the whole army is dead.
That's so
all the
lame.
Leviathans start
And then,
vanishing.
So obviously, Tony doesn't survive.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So Iron Man dies.
Iron Man dies.
That's cool.
Oh my gosh! I hope we didn't ruin the movie for anybody.
Didn't
we
ruin it
did
for
warn
me.
them.
It's so good. I can't wait to watch it when it comes out on Blu-ray.
We'll watch it.
Yeah?
We'll probably watch it. Yeah, I mean, we watched.
I'll invite you over.
We watched Infinity War. And,
Watch a
I mean,
movie?
huh?
Yeah? You don't wanna
yeah,
watch
it was on a very superficial level. It was pretty fun. It was cute.
He just wants. He's like.
This is how I feel. I don't
No,
want to
it's
apologize.
not how he feels.
It
He's
is
pretending to
too.
be like this,
It's
like
not true. It's how I feel.
uppity little
No,
film critic. Like
no, it's just
You know what? I feel that way
Yeah.
about The Last Jedi, but we can get into that in a minute.
oh my god.
Because I have a
Last
lot
Jedi.
to
so.
say
Anyway,
about blue hair feminism.
do you want to? Is there anything to really talk about? I mean, the movie ends.
My favorite part of the movie, at the end, Captain America is going to bring the stones back and put them back, right?
He's got to put them back in
Back to where?
their previous timelines, so
So
they
they
don't
said,
screw those timelines up.
They said we're going to count to 5 and they can bring you back.
Oh yeah,
it's
that's
going to be
right.
like
Count
5
to
hours.
5,
For
really?
us, it's going to be 5 seconds.
Okay.
So, boom, he goes away. Boom, he vanishes. We count to 5. Nothing's happening.
Where is he?
Whoa. Get him back. I'm trying to. Nothing's working. Then they
With
say-
Stark's time travel machine.
Yeah, with the
Okay.
time travel machine, and they said, "Look over there." And there's this old man sitting on a bench by the lake.
Yeah. It's Thor.
It's him. No, it's
Steve
Captain
Rogers.
America.
Oh, Captain America. Sorry, yeah.
He's sitting there. He's like 85, 90 years old.
Because
So he
never went into the ice or
He
something.
he accomplished his mission, and he decided that he wanted
Just stays
to
there.
be reunited with the love of his life. And he
Yeah,
just
Peggy.
got-
That chick
Yep.
from 40 something.
Yep,
Yeah.
at the end of Captain America.
Agent Carter, was that her name?
Okay, Peggy.
Who's
Peggy Carter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
British
the
chick.
ending
That's
I
cool.
wanted in that movie. In
No, that's
Captain
cool.
America,
I like that.
when he just
Goes in the
vanished
ice for
in
no
the
reason.
ice. That's the end of the movie. In his love of his life there, like, I guess he wakes up like 70 years later and,
Yeah, and
like
she's
she's on the
dead.
deathbed dying. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what the frick?
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
That's kind of cool.
just
I
was
guess.
horrible. And then he went back because there was a quick little flash. They went back in time. Him and Tony Stark went back in time to like the 1970s.
They in their
to do some stuff.
in their little mini episode where they're together trying to get the Infinity Stone.
Yeah.
They lose it. Loki steals it, and they have to. And they don't have enough energy to go to time hop again.
Yeah.
So they time hop, thinking they might not ever come back, and they grab some extra particle cells, and they were able to return to the future. But
Did they use a lightning bolt?
no, they use these
flux
things that are
capacitor?
called particle capsules, something like that.
They don't use a lightning bolt
Listen,
because they
Oh my
could
gosh.
predict a lightning bolt, and they tie a string to the DeLorean.
different movie.
Oh, sorry.
They had a car, you know, that kind of lifted up and the tires went in.
So anyway,
and they ran it off of like garbage.
yeah, no, that was good. Good ending with Captain America, and he passes the torch off to
The
Bucky.
Falcon,
the Falcon.
Raven
Yeah.
Falcon.
Seriously?
Yeah.
He's so
Yeah.
lame.
He gives him
Well,
the shield.
there.
Like, how does it feel?
I mean,
Oh, the black
in the
Captain
comics,
America.
yeah.
In the comics, though,
That
he
does.
gives
I
it.
think that just happened.
In the
He does.
comics, though, he gives it to Buck.
Oh, does
He
he?
gives it back.
Well,
to Bucky.
there are a couple of Captain
Yeah,
American.
probably.
They
Captain
changed
America.
it for political. reasons.
No. I think in the comics I remember
They're
there being a
Beta
black
rations.
U.S. agent or Captain
Okay.
America or somebody.
Yeah.
I think that was. I didn't follow. I didn't follow Marvel as close as the DC growing.
Mm.
and I only followed
That was a
comic books for like 5 or 6.
Big Batman
Such
buff
good
growing
stuff.
up.
Yeah, and
Big Batman.
Batman, Teen Titans, and X-Men were my
Not
Justice
really
League too.
not really a Superman fan though. It's like nothing can
Yeah.
beat him. It's like a freaking god.
Yeah, so mine were Teen Titans and X-Men with some
You
Batman.
used to wear
and
Superman
Justice
shirts.
I did, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah, I don't have. Well, I have one. I use it when I'm. It's like a jump shirt I wear when I'm like mowing lawn or something.
Yeah, you used to have I think it was either a gray or blue shirt and had like a blue or red collar around it.
Yeah.
And around here. I remember that stuff because I have pictures of you in it.
Yeah.
Back at home. I have pictures of Cody back at home.
Not Cody.
Not Cody.
I mean, not Cody. Some guy named Cody.
No,
No,
that's
that's
my
not
name. It's not Cody.
Not Cody.
So it's good, yeah. So Tony Stark dies. Also, Black Widow dies.
Really?
Well, think about it. When they have to go and get the Soul Stone,
Soul Stone.
the one where you have to sacrifice somebody,
Oh
it's
yeah.
her and
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
Oh yeah, because Hawkeye.
There.
Yeah.
And so they both try to jump off the ledge, but she jumps off better than him.
She's like she's trying. They're all trying. They're both trying to kill themselves.
So
yeah.
wait,
And
so
she
that,
wins.
that was Red Skull in that scene in
Yes.
the thing, really?
I don't understand.
How did Red Skull? I didn't
That's what
understand
happens
how
to him.
that
So
happened.
at the end of Captain America: The First Avenger,
Is he zapped by the Tesseract? Is that what happened?
something weird.
And zapped to that
apparently.
planet, whatever it is. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Without-
thought it was Red Skull. Like what?
Pass me
What's
the
Oh,
Red
yeah.
Skull?
root beer.
Root beer. Root beer.
Root beer.
Bourbon?
No, root beer.
Root beer,
Please,
bourbon.
Bourbon ripped me up tonight.
Mm,
Thank you very much, though.
There you go.
Thank you.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have
IBC root beer.
okay.
You should try one too. Would you like one too? It's very good.
Maybe I will.
Okay.
Maybe later.
Very
Maybe
good.
later.
So
I'm nursing this little bit of bourbon I got.
anyway, I'm trying to think of what else to talk about with Endgame. Really, is
Well, I just know that.
Probably
Yeah.
That's probably good.
It ends very well. I'm very excited, but it sets it up for future movies.
So are they gonna?
And
Is it gonna be a total? You know, they've done reboots forever for the last 18
so we didn't
years.
actually stay for the after credits scene, and I told
Why
my
did you
dad-
do that? Why? You didn't stay for that?
because I thought I read online that there wasn't one.
Okay,
This
but
is
there
the
were.
end. There was not a scene. It's
What
a
was it?
sound.
What is it? A sound?
It's the sound of
Oh.
Tony Stark building the original Iron Man suit. Chink,
Oh, boy.
chink, chink.
Back in Afghanistan.
Apparently,
wherever it
yeah. So it's like, what?
is.
So I think what they're going to do is I think they're going to do a reboot, new Iron Man, not Robert Downey Jr. And they're going to start up again.
I don't
Maybe go different.
I don't
go
know.
different direction.
They kind of did that with the X-Men. They
did that.
did
I'd
like
be happy with
Spider-Man.
that. I enjoyed
They
this
do
ride.
like-
I'd go on it again.
They kind of did and then Spider-Man did 3 or 4
No,
permutations.
yeah.
And then what they did
I really like the most recent Spider-Man though. I really do.
yeah,
Peter
he's all right.
Parker. He's perfect.
Yeah.
I know you like Tobey Maguire, but I really like this guy.
He was horrible. The
Some
third
people hate him,
the
some people love
third-
him, but I really like this guy. I think he's a
Yeah, he's all right.
He's perfect.
What about the middle guy with the big hair?
Yeah, the guy
He was
who's in
okay.
Social
Andrew?
Network. Yeah,
Oh,
that
okay.
guy.
Yeah. He was in
Social Network.
Yeah, it was also in the what's that movie with the World War II movie? Hacksaw Ridge.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see Hacksaw Ridge? You're not gonna watch Hacksaw Ridge. It's awesome. It's like
This
people
is
get
good, by the way.
blown up and
That movie.
but
This
Have you-
episode brought to you by.
Any more?
Huh?
Do you have any
No,
more?
I don't want any
Oh
more.
man, we should totally
No,
get
I
some.
don't want any more.
at the end of the movie, they set it up for a new Guardians of the Galaxy.
I didn't care about
Although someone told me that they think they're gonna call it.
I think they're already working on a Guardians 3.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because Star-Lord leaves with his new crew.
that. Did Gamora ever come back to life?
He
Went back in
he
time.
met up with her in the
And
past.
saved her?
No.
Told her how much
Well,
she
she
loved
did come back with Thanos
That's
into
right.
their future,
Into the
but,
future.
but she got
zapped.
zapped, I think.
No,
No.
no,
What
she
happened
came
to her?
back to the future.
Yes, yeah.
And then Star Lord comes
Yeah.
over and he's like, "Oh, look at you!"
Right.
He
But
was so
then
happy
what
to see
happens
her.
to her?
She doesn't vanish.
What happens to her?
She doesn't vanish.
How
I
do
don't
you know?
think so.
Pretty sure she
Pretty
vanishes. She's
sure
not
she
there
doesn't.
with them.
I don't know.
Mm. See,
Because
when
I
I
didn't
was
see that happen. I didn't see
You're
her
right.
vanish because
You know
she
what? I
changed to
can't
good.
remember.
She changed to good. She
Towards
wasn't
the end.
bad. She wasn't
Towards
evil
the end,
anymore.
yeah.
Because at the end,
She
because
was trying to
she's like,
convince
"Is
her-
this him?" Because she knocks over Star Lord, and she's like, "What the heck is he doing?" Like she's never met this guy ever before.
Yes, yeah.
Because she's like,
There was
she's
that, but then
9
there was the
years-
snap the fingers, and she wasn't there with
I don't
them.
think she died. I don't think
I
she
think
went
she
away.
disappeared
I don't know.
guess you'll have
with
to
the
watch
rest of
it
the people
again.
who came.
I need to look this up now. I need to look into this now.
Wait a minute, because they killed the old blue lady. They killed her.
The old
Yeah.
one.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the
Just
past
that
one,
android.
because she was too evil, and
Oh,
like the
weird.
the one that was in the present was changed.
Where's the new one?
I
Where's
have
the new
such a
one?
headache now.
What's your name?
The old
Gamora.
Gamora from
Gamora.
9 years ago comes into the future.
Yes, but she's not destroyed.
I don't think she is, because after the battle, that's when Star Lord came out, and he's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
"Look at you!" And
See,
after the
and, like,
battle?
I don't think
after
I-
the
After
battle,
the
after
finger
the snap, I think so.
No, it was before the finger snap.
Sure.
Oh man, I gotta look it up.
What
now.
do you
I really
think?
need to watch it.
YouTube.
She
comment,
wasn't there in the
click the
ship with them.
subscribe
I'm pretty
button
sure
and the
she
bell.
was
Oh,
gone.
I don't know, man, because she started changing in the ship when she started thinking.
No, I don't really feel like watching this movie anymore. Now. I really don't. It's too
I
much
don't
work.
know.
It needs to be rewatched because there's time travel in it. I mean, you
So
gotta watch more than once.
I wish I could just go back in time and watch it again.
you know
Me
what
too.
is interesting
Too
is
bad we don't
that
have any particle cells or time travel GPSs.
my turn is that when I was a kid, the X-Men.
Suck.
Shut up. The X-Men comic book in like the late 70s and the 80s
It was super lame.
was super good. Was really really good. Did you ever look at them? The whole
I
Dark
read them
Phoenix
all.
saga
And
and all that stuff.
They're just terrible.
What?
Totally like paper thin and
So-
superficial.
Cyclops' dad, what happened was Cyclops and his brother Alex were thrown from
Plain
a plane because they were being attacked by
aliens.
aliens, and
I just guessed.
yes, and that's why Cyclops can't control his power because he lands and hits his head and
Mhm,
whatever.
mhm.
But
And why Havoc's hands hurt when he uses his optic
Does he?
beams. Yeah.
anyway, but as a sort of tangent to that, Cyclops' mom dies, but his dad becomes a guy named Corsair. Corsair is beamed up and ends up connecting with these sort of space piratey characters, various aliens from another quadrant of the galaxy, and they call themselves the Starjammers. And he has sort of a pirate suit. He becomes sort of a space pirate with
Oh.
like a beard.
Wait, we
and-
have a comment.
Nice.
Matthew, Iron Man dies. No, I want to watch that.
That's my brother. That's Mr. That's Matthew Saunders. You'll remember this. Remember the Starjammers? You remember the Starjammers with Cyclops' dad?
He might not be on it. I don't know. I just noticed the
So
comment.
anyway, so when Guardians of the Galaxy came out, I thought, well, this is the Starjammers, and it basically is. If you look up Starjammers, you'll see that there's a human pirate sort of pilot who's sort of the leader, and there's like a love interest that he has that is an alien whose name is Hepzibah, and she's like a cat woman, kind of like a feline sort of creature. And there's these different characters that are a lot like the Guardians of the Galaxy. So it's kind of interesting. Look it up, and you'll see like there's different.
This
characters.
conversation is boring. Can we move on?
You are a bad person. So let's talk about why time traveling, at least to the past, is logically impossible. Whether it's physically possible or not is irrelevant. It's logically impossible because the things that you did have already been done. And if you go back, you're undoing the thing that was already done, and it's a contradiction. You're saying that you have P, the proposition, P stands for proposition, the thing that I did, whatever it was. But then when you go back, if you you change that, even your existence in the past is because you didn't exist back then.
Entanglement. Yeah.
It's a contradiction. You're saying P is the same as not P.
What?
It's a contradiction.
What if time travel has a limit though, and you can't go back before your state of existence?
If you go back a second, it's still a contradiction because I am currently 44 years X amount of days.
I'm not following you. I don't
Okay.
see why this doesn't work.
So I'm 44 years
No,
X.
You're just gonna say it again.
I didn't finish saying it.
Sure.
I didn't finish saying it.
Let's
I
hear it
am
again.
right now 45 years X amount of days,
Yep.
hours, seconds. If I go back a second, I would be 44 days X amount of years, days, second, and also 44 years X amount of days and less than
No,
the
you
current
wouldn't.
second.
because
I
that's
would
somebody
be.
else.
I'd be going. No, I would be existing at a time that I didn't
No,
exist.
you wouldn't.
I would be existing at a time that I didn't exist. I don't exist.
You
A second
exist
ago.
now.
I exist now. I
That's
don't
what I'm
exist.
saying.
I don't exist a second ago.
Yeah, but you did. You will.
I didn't though.
But you do.
I right now, at 44 years, X amount of days, hours, seconds, don't exist a second ago.
And it's changed.
And if I go back in the past, even a second ago, I exist and I don't exist, and that's a contradiction.
So I got a
That's not
question.
true.
It is true
How would you not exist if you were
because
there?
I didn't exist. Because I now,
Because I now
this-
exist.
at this exact second,
Yes.
didn't exist
That's
a
not
second
true.
ago.
You-
Wait for it.
Yeah.
I didn't
you do.
exist a second ago,
But now you do.
but then I didn't.
And now you do.
Yes. So if I were to time travel even a second ago, I would be. It's a contradiction. It's a logical contradiction.
No, it's
Because-
not.
You just don't get it.
You
You're
don't
just being
get it.
stubborn. I do get it. You don't get it.
No, you don't get it.
Okay. Let me try to explain it a little simpler.
No. You're just gonna say the
Let
same
me try to
thing again.
explain it a little simpler.
No.
Let's just
I
say.
need another beer.
You
let's-
wanna talk about-
let's
move on to
just say-
Star Wars. Do you want another?
No. Let's just say that.
At
Let's
the
get
moment,
through this. Let's
maybe.
work through this.
No.
Let's just say that I am
don't care.
44,
I'm so uninterested in this.
300 and 200 days and 15 seconds. I am that right now. I exist at 44, 215.
I'm gonna cut this off. 20
I
minutes
no
or so.
longer exist. I don't exist at 44, 214.
So,
So if I now
you
go
like
back,
about The Last
see,
Jedi?
you're just, you know what you are? You're missing.
the
I love-
blue-haired lady. Blue-haired
The
lady.
blue head. Well, before we get to that, I just have something to
I
say
get
real
some
quick.
more
Mhm.
about time travel.
You lost me a long time ago.
Okay, I'm gonna get some more. You
I
get me though.
So wait,
Don't listen to
before
him,
you
you
go.
too.
Before we go for water, real quick.
Oh,
Okay, so let's think about it. So tomorrow
yes.
is the day before today.
Tomorrow,
Yes, is tomorrow the day
the day
before
after
today.
today.
If you say that, but tomorrow's before today.
Hmm.
But when you're in tomorrow,
I feel like there's an
is
equivocation.
today the day before tomorrow or after tomorrow?
Today is
because
the
when
day
you-
before tomorrow.
Because tomorrow you wake up and be like, oh, that was a great day yesterday. That's after today.
So
But
it's
we're in a
before
day that's
today.
before yesterday.
What are you talking about?
You follow me?
No, you're messing with him.
Just watch Spaceballs. You'll understand it all. Right now.
I've had to. It was great.
So, I mean, this is basically what we do at Fight Club. We just riff and talk about whatever, basically.
Nice.
We try to keep it on point, though, if we're on stream. So I think we did a pretty good job. I think we covered. I mean, there were some things we skipped.
So we got to the time travel thing, and I was like, he lost me about not existing a second ago. I'm pretty sure he existed because if you take a picture, he was there. He's gonna go back,
Oh man.
and then
Time
Rose
travel.
is
Time travel in the future. Time travel in the future is possible
he's back.
because that's essentially what we're doing right now. But time travel in the past is logically absurd.
Whatever you say.
Because you would have to exist at a time
Ask
that you don't
Michael
exist.
J. Fox that. He would tell you otherwise.
Oh,
He would have
that
to
was a really funny part of the
Exist at a time that he
Well,
didn't
that was a really
exist.
funny part in Endgame,
Let me ask you a
where they
question.
were talking about time travel.
Can you
And they
exist
kept
at
on
a
talking
time
about
that you don't
different
exist?
movies where time travel took place, and it was always the same. Like if you go into the past and you change something, then the future gets altered like significantly, right? The butterfly effect is that that's the butterfly.
Butterfly effect. Yeah.
Effect.
Change one thing, change everything.
Yeah. So it was hilarious.
Can you
They talked
exist?
about how that worked in every other movie,
Can you
and
exist
this movie broke that pattern.
at a time that you don't exist? The answer is no.
Right, but there's no
Oh.
contradiction.
It
Time travel.
that is a contradiction.
No,
Existing at a time when you didn't exist.
If you
You
if
didn't
you
exist
travel in the
14
past.
seconds ago as a
and
15
now
second.
you do.
Another thing that I thought was really
But you-
nice about that movie was when
Oh boy.
when Captain America and Tony Stark went back in time to when they were trying to get the Tesseract,
Yes.
and Captain America in the original first what was it? Which Captain America movie was it? When they're in the elevator
The first one?
and then they do the
That
fight in the
was-
elevator.
Civil
Age
War?
of Ultron.
So
It was at
instead,
the end of Age of Ultron. I think that you don't see what happens
So-
after that. The elevator scene.
so I
Or-
love the elevator scene though
Yes.
in this movie
Yes.
when instead of a fight breaking out, he leans over. They are supposed to be agents of Shield.
Mm.
However, they're actually Hydra.
Oh, yeah,
agents.
yeah.
And he
What?
leans over and goes,
Remember, did you see
Oh, Hydra.
Avengers: Age of Ultron?
and he just walks out.
In the
That's
movie,
messed up.
um,
Yeah, I
the-
didn't like that.
they
That's
win.
stupid.
the
Yeah.
Avengers win. They get the Tesseract, and they hand it over to Agents of Shield. They think only they're Hydra.
Oh.
agents. Anyway, Captain America is on the elevator with them, and he realizes it in Age of Ultron, I think. And he's about to fight them. Only this time around, when he's gone into the past now, he knows in advance that they're Hydra agents, and he needs to get the Tesseract back. So he asks for it, and they give it to him, and he says, and then they're about to fight him. And he's like, he just leans over and he says, "Hell, Hydra." And so they're like, "What? Captain America's a Hydra agent?" They don't even know. It's hilarious.
And he just walks
Oh my
out, and they're like,
gosh. And he just walks out.
without
It's
any
great.
issues.
It's hilarious. Oh my gosh. It's
So
the
did you
best.
exist 15? I'm sorry.
Another cool thing about Endgame
Fuck, he's
is
still
there's a
alive.
bunch of little
Yeah.
little scenes where, well, one cool thing is all these people get like reunited with people that they knew in the past. Like Tony Stark has this whole conversation with his dad,
Oh.
It's
which is
pretty cool.
awesome, without revealing who he
It's
is.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I probably won't watch it now.
Yeah.
I can't deal with that much time travel. It's so
Thor
so
gets to meet
stupid.
up with his mom, who has him pass away. Also,
Right.
another funny thing is Thor is like super fat,
Frigga?
like super
Frigga?
out of weight,
Frigga?
out
He's
of,
got a beer
out
gut.
of shape.
Really?
It's-
Why?
Yeah.
Because he's been for the last 5 years, he's just been drinking beer and watching TV, like in his own little
And playing
depressive,
games.
like echo chamber.
I think what are they playing? What's that game that all the young whippersnappers play?
Fortnite?
Fortnite.
Yes, they're playing Fortnite. It's awesome.
It's like, I'll rip your arm off and stick it up your butt. It was
Anyway.
wonderful.
Let's move
there's
on.
the
He was
elevator.
really
Hang on,
funny
one
in
more
that.
thing. There's the
Yeah.
elevator scene. They're going down the elevator, except the Hulk is like he's trying to get into the elevator, and they're like, "No, Hulk, you got to take the stairs. You're too big, buddy." He's like, "Hulk, hate the stairs," and then he's like running down the stairs.
He looks down. Come on!
Yeah, oh my gosh. It's so
Why didn't
funny.
we just jump
But these
off
are
the-
little things that you don't see, but they're scenes that happen in between scenes from the
well,
previous movies.
I gotta
It's
tell
awesome.
you,
A
you're
lot of comedy in it.
Yes,
you
so
saw-
much fun. So
you
funny.
sold me on not watching Endgame.
Whatever.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Want
I'll
to move
never
on?
watch Endgame.
What else?
Next week,
Yeah.
or no, next month when we get back together at Pipe Club, we're gonna be talking about how much you liked
Probably
Endgame.
not.
and how you watched it.
I might. I don't know. It won't be next month. When does it come on Netflix? I don't know. If it come, when's it come?
Next
Whenever it
year,
comes out, yeah,
probably.
like in
Yeah,
10
come on,
years.
I'll take you out. We'll go see it again.
No, that's okay.
I would love to see it again, and
All right.
Ow, dude, are you okay?
that's my ring.
Why'd you do that?
Dude, let's set it up. I want to go again.
Well, I know they have in Lisbon. They have the
I mean-
it's like $5 nights on Tuesday.
If
my
you
wife
pay,
goes
I'm-
Mansfield
Tuesday night.
has
I don't want to go.
$5 nights.
Because even
Yes,
if I
they
don't have
What
to
days?
pay for it with money, I'll
it's
have
either
to pay
Tuesday
for
or
it.
Wednesday.
If it's a Wednesday, I may work.
Okay.
It may.
If
And
I
you
have
will come
to,
with us.
even if I don't have to pay for it with money, I'll have to pay for it time. And oh, I work at night. Bummer.
All right.
Yeah,
It's like
Bad.
tonight. You're working tonight.
We'll really
tonight.
miss you.
yeah. 12 to 8.
We won't miss.
I'm sorry I tell you the truth, Cody. Not Cody.
That was
You can
close.
just call me squirrel.
Yeah, I mean it's like an hour. Let's wrap it up. We want to talk about one more thing.
I wanted to talk about Last Jedi.
But what about Norse mythology?
Hang on, Madeline said. Oh no, it's Matt again. He says, Oh yeah. When you build a time machine to change the past, you must always build a time machine to change the past. Infinity improbability loop. Just watch Baseballs.
Now,
I'm
not
done.
now. You gotta watch that.
How
You
much
gotta,
time to you done?
have you ever seen?
So I gotta go.
Oh, we usually. I mean, we've gone long before.
The last one was like
But
3 hours.
It was, but
It was
I
ridiculous.
want to keep it to like maybe an hour.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we got like 10 minutes.
Have you watched Spaceballs? Did you get that reference?
I know of the movie.
Okay.
John Candy is in it, and
He's in it.
the guy from Honey and Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
Plays Darth Vader.
Race.
Darth,
But I haven't
Darth
seen the
Vader.
whole thing.
Dark
It is so good. Well, he's referring to the scene where they're actually watching the video of the movie that they're in.
Oh yeah, that's
It's so
awesome.
good. You got it's on YouTube. You gotta look it up. It's really
The
funny.
movie?
That scene,
Oh yeah,
the now scene.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
the time travel paradox.
that's funny.
So great. Sorry, I was a philosophy major in college, so that's good.
Philosophy.
Yeah.
So what are you doing with that philosophy major?
I'm driving buses. Before that, I was driving garbage trucks, and before that, I was a substitute teacher. So, you know what's a funny story? You know what's
Yeah.
funny?
What?
So, I was a substitute teacher, and I was at this school, which shall remain nameless, and I was in the like staff lounge having lunch with some of the real teachers. And one of them started talking about someone she knew that went to college as a philosophy major, and she said, "What do you do with a philosophy degree?" And I said, "You become a substitute teacher." And they all laughed. They're like, "Oh, I'm sorry." It was great. One of my best moments. It was funny.
All right.
Anyway,
Yeah, moving on.
moving on. Star Wars and how George Lucas ruined my childhood.
No, not George Lucas.
No.
Disney. Disney's ruined it.
I don't know. Really?
Disney has
Did she
ruined
give
Star Wars.
But he gave them permission to ruin it, though.
Yeah, for
How
like
mu- well, that's the
billions of
thing.
dollars.
You might have- you
I
might
would
have a point.
too. Like, I
You
don't
might
give
have
a
a point.
flip.
How
You
much
don't
involved
like
was he?
You don't like Star Wars?
How much
The newer
involved?
ones?
How much involved was
Like-
he in the prequels to what is happening? How much involved was George Lucas? How involved was he? Like he made the first prequel, right?
Well, you're
That's
talking
right,
about
yeah.
episodes 1, 2, and 3.
He's in charge of Jar
Whatever.
Jar Binks, right?
Okay.
Phantom Menace. He made.
Yeah,
That's
so-
his
So
responsibility.
here's the deal. So he started with 4, 5, and 6.
Right.
Years later, he's like, okay, well now we have the technology to go back and do episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Completely unnecessary. But
Totally,
sure.
totally different. Totally different formula. Just the way it just looks different. It just feels different. It's not like the originals. The sets are different.
Yeah, it
the
sucks.
lighting was different.
Everything sucks.
Everything sucked.
It sucked.
It was horrible. And don't get
It was
me
really,
going
really bad.
on the kid that played Anakin.
And
Not the
Met-
first kid.
Metachlorians and all this crap.
Midichlorians. They axed
Jar Binks, all this
midichlorians.
stuff.
This sucks.
Oh.
Well, what did you? Well, all of that. What did you think about the scene between
So
Obi-Wan and Anakin when they're fighting?
Obi-Wan and
the Test
Anakin.
Higher
Yeah,
Ground, that
yeah,
one?
yeah.
Did you think that was good?
Obi-Wan and Anakin. Oh, you're talking about episode 3.
Yeah.
And when Obi-Wan just leaves him there. I think he's gonna
Yeah.
die and he bursts into flames. That movie was better.
Yeah.
And the
I
other
thought so.
two?
I thought so.
Pod racing, don't get me started on
No.
that crap. It was just horrible.
Except for, here's the thing though. So, Anakin, I have the higher ground, but how did he beat Darth Maul? He was in a pit, hanging from a pit, and Darth Maul's up here, who had the higher ground, and he does the thing, and also Darth Maul is at the end of Solo. What's up with that? What is that all about?
why name an evil villain the name of a shopping complex?
Darth,
I hate it.
it's Maul
Yeah, but still.
with a bear.
Maul, I mauled your face off like a chimpanzee.
Scary.
So anyways, so as we get past the prequels, I own them. I can't watch them. I can't. We get into the newer movies. Disney took over. Rogue One was good.
No, wrong.
Solo was good. Very good.
It was all right.
Force Awakens.
Crap.
Force Awakens I thought was good because J.J. Abrams had his
Super
hand in it, and he
crap.
brought back a lot of cool cameos.
No,
And then
was
we
crap.
get into
it was New Hope, but worse.
we get into
I mean, I kill it.
Last Jedi, and
Super
it wasn't
uber
J.J.
crap.
Abrams because Disney had the idea, hey, let's change it up with new directors. But each new director has a different way of doing
It was
things.
crap.
And what was his name? Ryan something?
Who cares? It was Ryan Crap Guy.
Ryan Crap Guy, that's his alias. It sucks forever. He decided to just, I mean, you have
Ryan Crap Guy
the
who sucks
blue-haired
forever.
general. Then you have Princess Leia, who's now a general. So it's
Who died?
run all by
Fisher.
women.
Carrie
It's a
Fisher.
political thing.
Carrie Fisher.
She flies through the air, or flies through space.
Yeah.
Which I never thought she knew.
I thought
the
that
Wait a
was-
minute,
that
wait a
was
minute.
kinda
I
cool.
thought she's
I have
not a
a
Jedi.
question. You guys are saying like, and run by a woman. Wasn't there were women leaders in 3, 4, and 5?
Honestly, I don't really care about all that. All I know is that it's all crap.
Right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but no,
Princess
no,
Leia was always
yeah,
a
but-
strong female
Yeah,
character.
but it was
Yes,
different back
exactly.
then because
was
now
that time.
it's okay to have a female character, but in these new movies, it's more of a we are the higher power, we're the women, and you, Poe Dameron, you suck. You're just a flyboy that's going to destroy everything.
I don't.
But
But is that a woman thing or
honestly-
is it an authoritative?
wait.
It's authoritative. It's a feminist. It's
Wait, wait.
feminism.
Oh,
It's a
Poe is
feminism.
anti-authoritarian.
Let's take a step back.
But
all
he
the
could've-
crap that happened in Last Jedi happened because of the stupidity of the main characters, including the blue-haired general feminist chick.
Could totally have been.
Why didn't you just tell them that you had this other plan that was going to work, that was already in play?
Yeah, it's not like keeping a secret.
Yeah.
Had any.
What was
gave
the
them
point
any
of that?
advantage.
And then because they don't know that, they start this dumb coup thing or whatever it was,
Yes, yeah.
and screw everything
And that's
up, and
the whole
everybody
movie,
dies.
is the coup.
That's the entire movie, except for this releasing the alien horses thing
But-
on this other planet, and on the betting planet,
But the
on the
blue
casino
hair-
planet.
Oh yeah, yeah.
blue-haired general, she all of a sudden has this great idea, and she defines the laws of warp.
Yeah. What was
Because-
it again?
Because it's not just going fast. You actually enter like a wormhole, a dimension. Like
Yeah.
you're going.
Right.
Instead, they make
Hyperspace.
it. Oh, we're just gonna go full throttle, do this warp thing, just boom, go
I mean, I
straight
thought
to
that
the.
was
So
cool.
why
The
didn't they
scene
all
was
the
cool.
ships do
But
that?
hyperspace.
Yeah, why did they do that at the
Hyperspace.
beginning?
And
One ship,
to
small
all-
ship.
Why didn't they do that to the?
Because it's
to
crap.
Death Star.
Is that? Did you watch the heat sheet for?
Yeah.
Did they do that?
Yeah.
They're like, they like drew straws right
And
at the
then-
end of the battle,
And like
one
Akbar
tiny
doesn't
ship does
die. It's a trap.
it.
Akbar doesn't die, and he stays in charge, and everything works out great.
Really? Is
Yeah.
that what happened?
Yeah. Everything works out great. Everything. He you gotta watch it. He
I
goes, something's bad gonna happen. I'm gonna go use the bathroom, and then like the deck explodes, and everybody gets sucked out. But he comes back, and he's in charge, and everything works
Oh
out just
my
fine.
gosh, that's hilarious.
Because it's a trap.
So, if you're watching and you have some comments about the Last Jedi,
Which sucked.
go ahead and
There's
write
more
them.
comments. What
What's
does it
that?
say?
We got more comments.
What's Matthew say?
Tell us some
Okay.
more about what you think
Just
about the
watch
Last
baseball.
Jedi.
Why would you, in the present, build a time? Oh, he's still stuck on time. Build a time machine in the present to change the past. If by building a time machine to change the past, you change the past. George created Jar Jar, then sold it. Oh yeah. So yeah, well that goes back a little bit, but yeah, if you build a time machine to fix a problem in the present, you wouldn't need to build a time machine to
Time machine,
fix the problem in the
Have you
present.
ever seen a good time travel movie?
No, I mean,
well, I'm thinking
time
of
they're good
machine.
movies, but they're all. It's the problem is a logical problem. It's just it doesn't. If you can suspend disbelief, then it's fun. It's good times.
whatever.
Time machine is always traveling to the future.
Whatever.
He doesn't travel. He goes back to his past. That's true, but he's always traveling to the future is not a problem logically because that's what we're doing right now.
He
But traveling to
returns
the
his
past, he returns to his past.
Christmas
yeah.
Carol.
Wouldn't that be what you would do if you traveled to the past?
Christmas Carol is visions of things that, or just visions of things that
Oh, that's right.
that
You don't actually
will
travel
happen
to
if
the
these
future.
things don't change, which is fine, but he doesn't actually time
What
travel.
movie?
Christmas Carol,
All
Well, humbug.
which is actually kind of brilliant.
right, we're
that's
gonna wrap it
cool.
up.
It was.
Final thoughts?
This cinema as an art form is very low art. It always has been, and sci-fi and sci-fi in the 21st century has been the lowest form of the low art. Besides like porn and stuff like that. I'm not talking about porn, but like legitimate cinema.
Endgame was.
21st
Endgame was
century
good.
sci-fi
We
is
liked it. Highly recommend it.
bad art.
Thought it was
Low,
brought the whole
low,
series
amazing.
full circle.
As of Star Wars, I'm looking forward to see what J.J. Abrams now. J.J. Abrams has the what's it called? The Rise of
It does-
Skywalker.
For
Yeah.
episode 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm
I
just
really
glad it's
hope it
over
does
after this
something good.
It's not gonna
All right.
No, it's not gonna happen.
That's
It's crap.
Disney
Nat,
sucks.
Cody, Squirrel,
Squirrel.
and
happen. Mr. Saunders.
signing off. Where's the button?
I'll tell you why they call me Squirrel.
End stream.
There it
That
is.
might be it.
Yep. And
I was gonna say.